Hi, welcome to the Swipe Effect. This is our first video episode, actually, that we're pretty excited to do. My guest today, Andrew Harris, a local 30-something-year-old.
Cares.
I care, because we started this based on the fact that I'm 30-something, and we're trying to figure out dating in this world. So Andrew's come to join us today, and we're actually pretty excited. And he's going to talk to us about, actually, I just want to know kind of how your dating life has been. Or actually, nobody knows who you are. So, your name is Andrew. What do you do for a living?
I'm unemployed. That's why I can shoot this during the day, really.
Excellent.
Nothing to do. No, I do some comedy. I go out for auditions.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't act, really. I just go and audition for things, and they're like, here's a whiskey. Pretend you're having fun with people.
Okay, great. I'll do it.
That's my thing. And that's it. Living in Toronto, doing my thing, trying to make my life in this crazy city doing comedy. You know.
How has your dating life been in this city?
It's been absolutely horrible. Yeah. It's
in a relationship now or no?
No. Good
Okay.
Lord, no one can love me.
I should, however, though, note that Andrew has been in serious relationships.
Yeah, I've been
You
in
have?
some. Yeah.
In our lifetime, you have definitely been in serious relationships, which I think, a couple years at a time or whatever. This isn't anything that you've never not dated anyone, right?
I've never not dated anyone. No,
you've never not committed to somebody, correct?
No, I've been in a couple relationships, and they're learning, right?
Yeah.
You got to get your heart broken. Have you had your heart broken, Karen?
Oh my God. Countless amounts of times.
It's painful, really.
It's really painful. And, everyone ends up telling you, so learn from what everyone does to you and, make sure that the next time you pick someone to spend your time with, that he doesn't have those qualities of the last one. And I'm like, okay, but for some reason, I'm constantly drawn to the same kind of man.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, well, this one's different for sure. And then he's not different. And you're like, oh my God, my heart is broken again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that happens to you too.
But let it go. And you're like, oh, fuck off. Let it go.
Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean? The same thing happens over and over and over again. So obviously when I broke up the last time, most of my friends that had been single for a little while ended up telling me, okay, so dating is not even close to what you were used to 5 years ago before I started dating the last guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And they're like, it's completely different now. We have easy access to each other, in a ridiculous kind of quick, satisfied way. And so I dove into it, and now I'm trying to get a handle on it. And I feel like, you've been on the apps for a bit?
I don't know if it's the apps that are changing thing or just getting older, right? Because when you're younger,
maybe
you're at school, you're meeting people all the time. And now it's especially not having a job, it's hard to.
How are you meeting people?
I get out and I'm just.
They're like, get out to the bar. And I'm like, okay,
scary.
Fine, I'll go to the bar again to try and meet someone who again is like, how drunk are you? And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe.
Are you wasted? You want to do more shots?
Hey guys, she's pretty wasted.
Yeah. It's, you know what? I did the dating apps.
Yeah.
And I'm off them now.
Off them?
I was addicted to the dating apps.
Oh my God, we haven't heard that before.
Yeah, I was addicted. I was on everything.
Yeah.
I was on Bumble, Happen, Grindr, not Grindr. Tinder. I was on J-Swipe.
Like J-Date?
Yeah, I'm not even Jewish. I was on J-Swipe. Because there's a thing which says willing to convert.
Oh,
I
and you ticked that little box.
Wow, if I met the right girl, I would.
Yeah.
And
that's fair, though. That's fair.
And I went on this one. You want to hear a really horrible story?
Yeah. Hold on. You quit recently or?
Recently, yeah. In the past 2 months. I've been clean and sober.
Because I want to know, clean and sober for 2 months. I want to know, why you quit. Because I have girlfriends that quit and rejoin on the regular.
Okay, yeah.
And, they obviously gave me reasons why they quit, because there are times, there are certain apps out there like Bumble, you need the girl needs to message the guy within 24 hours or he disappears and goes back in to the pool, right? So she'll end up sending him a message, and if he doesn't respond, she gets really upset. Ego is shot. She deletes the app and is like, "That's it. I'm finished. I'm finished."
Yeah. Well, now she knows how we feel.
You can't be finished. Anyways.
Well, I'm just saying now she knows how we feel when we go up and talk to her at the bar. And we're like, "Hey," she's like, "I'm with my girlfriends," It's the same thing, all right? So just learn.
It's a real repeller, right?
Well, just learn friggin' to get rejected and just move on. Like, have you ever done sales? It sucks.
I
That's
know.
what it is.
Sales is
It's gotta hit
worst.
60 cold calls a day, and eventually someone will buy.
And someone will buy, and you get rejected like 40 times ahead of it, and you're like, oh my God, how do I keep going? But anyways, clean and sober for 2 months.
Yeah, and I quit because you're just, you know why I quit? Because you're sitting there and you're just
constantly going through.
and you're like, oh, here's someone I could potentially, you want to go for coffee?
So were you like desensitized to the whole thing after a while?
It's just like you meet these people that like don't look like their photos.
Yeah.
Well, I started doing the just meeting up during the day for coffee. But it's like you're wasting so much time on this thing when you can actually meet someone and maybe see them on the street and you could potentially go up and say hello to them, which I'm trying to do. Is
How many people are creeped out though when you come up to them on the street?
Every single
one
is
of them.
so creeped out.
You're like, I'm just trying to do the natural thing. Okay.
Yeah.
How come it's not the double standard? I don't know if it's double standard or an oxymoron or whatever word you want to label on it. But like, for some reason, guys and girls, when it comes to dating, you either do it naturally or the natural way that we like refer to it as, where you don't just like base your opinion off of a photo that you're looking at someone and you're like, I want to meet them organically at the bar.
Right.
And then you meet them organically at the bar and the guy's either going, well, she's super wasted. And she goes, well, I don't want to meet a guy at the bar because he just thinks I'm really drunk and he wants to pick me up for like a one night.
Right.
But then you come home and you don't want to date on the apps because you're like, I want to meet someone organically, which usually is at the bar or out during the day.
Right.
So she'll come home and say like, so this guy kind of creeped me out today because he came up to me at the coffee shop and tried to talk to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are they supposed to win though?
You can't win.
So I'm supposed to, I mean, I'm pretty much open to
you gotta
all,
join
but
like a cycling club or something. Who wants to do that?
You're like, I don't have time.
It's easier just to get drunk and try to meet them. I don't know. I just found like it was, you meet these people and you go on, I mean, the mistake you can make is going out for dinner, right?
Why is that a mistake?
Because you never met them before in real life. So then
you're
to
committed to that
time
amount of time.
and the cost of it all.
Oh yeah.
Especially now when times are hard. You know,
that can be costly.
And so it's like, I just thought, let's cut it out. And I actually started doing it because I wasn't even seeing this girl. I thought I was seeing her, and thought we were friends.
Oh my God! Referring back to the episode we did on "Is This a Date?" that I did with Erin Hansen. Like, oh my God.
So then I was like, you know what?
Not sure.
I love this girl now. Well, I thought I loved her. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows now? I hate her now.
I hate her now.
But I got off because of that. I was like, you know what? Let's just go with her. And then after that, I was like, I don't need this anymore. I'm trying to talk to girls on the street.
Yeah.
And some have been successful. You know, some.
What's your opening approach? Do you have a line?
You know, I've thought about this a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
One thing, I have no job.
Do you have an actual
job?
Yeah.
So
do you have an actual line, or is it the same thing every time? Or when you look and you see someone, are you like, although you have a creative, funny background already, that
some
like
say creepy.
Like, okay, then she's not the right one.
Well, you know what my line is now.
What?
Okay, so I'll see a girl walking down the street, and I'll be like, oh my God, it's you! Hey! And she's like, what the hell? Do I know you? I'm like,
I've never met you before.
We met the last thing. And then she's like, I don't remember. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know you, but is that the weirdest way someone's ever come and say hello to you? Yeah.
And what's the most common reaction? Is it like
Sometimes,
rejection? Like I'm actually not doing this. I can't do this.
A lot of I'm dating
somebody.
somebody.
Do they tell you right off the bat?
Because I normally will say like, yeah, you want to go for coffee sometime.
Yeah.
And they'll say, you know,
I'm actually with someone, or
all the time. They're all dating.
And what do you say? This is why dating is so hard at 30. I don't.
Then it's awkward because then you have to walk away from the situation like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
So then what I normally say when they have the boyfriend, I'll say, "This is sad. Eh? I have all these lines. It's sad. I have them all in my head." So when they
self-aware though, and she's going, "Oh, well, at least he like knows."
Well, then I'll say, then I'll say they have a boyfriend. I'll say, "Why don't you bring him out? We'll go bowling together." And then that'll give a little laugh, and they'll be like, "Anyways, have a good day," and I run away
as fast as you can. And you're like, "I'm not."
Or I'll be like, "My buddy gave me this one, and Colin gave me this."
Yeah,
he won't care.
Colin.
He'll be like, he'll have his phone, and he'll be like, "You know what? Can you help me? I'm looking for an excuse to talk to you."
Oh, cute! I love that. See how funny that is? You're even laughing.
No, I'm laughing because it's so lame.
I would.
No,
laugh
because this girl, I did this to one girl, and she was like, She was like, that was the worst thing I've ever heard. But she was
But
kind
then
of
was like, I
laughing.
would love to give you my number.
She had a boyfriend again. So no, it didn't work that well.
Has it happened that you, she doesn't have a boyfriend and you've taken someone out? How have coffee dates been going?
Recently? Let me think here.
Why are coffee dates better? I feel like
20
coffee
minutes.
dates are better.
20 minutes in and out. That's
Okay,
it.
I was going to say because I can actually get to know the person like in
Oh.
a calm setting, but sure.
Right.
20 minutes later.
That's
Yeah, got it.
20. Listen, you can get a good vibe from someone off 20 minutes. You don't want to order and drink because we all know
And
we're
small
paying for
talk.
that in the end. You might give a little reach for your card. Oh, I can chip, but you're not going to chip on it. We're not going to let you.
Can we talk about who, also that expectation that the guy would normally pay always? Because it happened to me where I never assume that he's going to be paying all the time. I just
You
don't.
never assume.
I don't
Really?
assume. I know a lot of women who now say things like, get some really good dinners out of going on dates, which I feel really bad for you guys about.
Yeah.
That they end up going on dates with you because they want a really nice meal out and whatever. But I'll never expect that the guy's going to pay, right?
Yeah.
And the last time, just drinks. I think just drinks is good too. A couple of drinks, not a meal, because you can learn a lot about someone in that short period of time,
And
right?
they're always hungry, but go on.
So like, I'm like, okay, 2 drinks. 2 drinks was great. Obviously, after 2 drinks, I realized I probably wasn't into him. He talked about himself the entire time. And like,
Look at that.
he was just like, I would ask a question and then he talked about himself for a while. And then he would stop and wait for the next question. And I was like, okay. So there's no like free flowing conversation on this. So
Did
I
you
called.
ever ask how am I doing? Did he ask that?
No, he more or less was just like, my family's like this. Because I ask about family, background, where you're from, what you like,
You're
what you
normal.
do, like
Yeah.
things like that. Again, that first like interview kind of thing. So he gladly answered all the questions about himself. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I knew after 2 drinks, I was like, he's obviously not it. So I called for the bill after two drinks each. And the bill comes. And they put it on the table. And I didn't take it. But you can gauge how much 2 drinks cost, right? At least I could. I was like,
$12.50.
so I reached into my wallet and I pulled out a $20 bill for my drinks to be like, if we each put $20 in, there's no way this bill is more than $40.
Mhm.
Then we had a great night. Thanks very much. Give me an awkward ass out hug and like, see you later. I said, here's $20. And he was like, oh, no, that's okay. And I was like, are you sure? I said it once. Are you sure? Because I don't mind like contributing.
Mhm.
Gentlemanly, like I would have assumed that he was like, no, like it's just a couple of drinks, no problem, whatever. He was like, he goes, well, if you're offering, takes my 20, pulls out his wallet, opens it up, pulls out $100 bill, pays for the bill with 100, takes my 20, puts it in his wallet, closes it, puts it in his pocket. So I basically offered to be like, you probably have a 20 on you. If we each put a 20 in, then like it's an equal thing. We had a good time. There's no if, ands, or about it. You don't have to be like, oh, I had to pay for everything and then we left. But you kept my money and paid with a larger amount of money. Like you didn't need my $20.
No, he's rich.
Like you just paid with a $100 bill that I was like, okay, can I have that back? Or
Yeah.
I don't really. No, he was just like, thanks.
But,
And then that actually made me be like, red flag. See ya.
well, you knew already, but that was a nail in the coffin. Because imagine he was like,
Yeah, it
no,
was.
I'll pay. Don't worry about it. And
Or
then
like, you get the next one. That's a great line to hear too. That I want to
the
hear from
next
someone.
one.
You get the
I've
next
done that
one.
before. Yeah, the next one.
If you want to see them again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Instead of being like, well, aren't we going out again? You're just like, you get the next one. Or it always leaves the girl feeling pretty good about herself when she's like, he said he'd get the next one.
Yeah,
He said I would get the next one. Like, yay.
But imagine he let you, or he paid. He's like, no, keep your money. I don't expect anything. But then he exposed his penis to you, expecting something in return. Right? At least now you don't owe him anything. You can go home and
Put it away.
Yeah.
We're at a restaurant. We've had 2 drinks.
I paid for anything. It's not gonna suck now.
You're like, I can't. Like, this is not how it goes. I
Yeah.
wanted to get to know you.
So at least you paid and you can say fuck off.
So I wanted to ask you, in your experience, and you go on a first, second, third, whatever date, Have you had any dates where she is only interested in the sex thing? And she's told you?
I wish. No.
Because
I
it's
just want to get to know you.
Because
first.
like the other thing is obviously a lot of dating apps now, like they're used for instant satisfaction,
Right.
instant gratification, instant satisfaction, not always just for a long-term, let's get married relationship. And I like that's obviously at our fingertips to use, but does the girl put it out there? Does the guy just put it out there right off the bat? I've had a previous guest, Brent Booth, shout out, who told me that he puts it out there pretty early, about the third date in, if he knows that she's probably not a forever, but he's still
third date in?
Yeah, he tells her like because he's really.
Well, why is he going on the third date if he knows she's not?
Because he would love to hook up with her.
Is it worth 3 dates? I don't know. Sorry, go on.
He more or less was like, she's probably not open to the first date, and if she is, okay, whatever.
Right.
The third date comes along, and I like her, I'm attracted to her, but I don't see this going really far. So I want to tell her that like I'm open to a couple of nights of fun, if that's what you're open to as well.
Right.
And she can shut it down, or she can take advantage of it.
I feel that would never work. I don't know.
For
Do you want
him,
to hear a
he's
dirty
been
story?
like, well, the thing is the girl ends up always saying, oh, I'm totally down for fun. And then she falls.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then gets upset with him when he's like, but I had told you this was just for fun.
Right.
Because every girl wants to be the cool girl, which I've told you guys, stop being the cool girl. The cool girl is cool and everyone likes the cool girl. But at the end of the day, when you're so laid back with a guy and you let him actually do whatever you want to do, you will implode because it actually bothers you. So like, just speak up. He can call you crazy. He can say, I don't know what you're talking about. That's not my jam. That's not what I'm into, blah, blah, blah. Then you know that he's not for you. But if something bothers you, like, tell him.
When a girl says,
or does that freak you out if a girl's like, hey, listen?
No, when a girl says I'm pretty chill, it means I'm fucking crazy normally.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm pretty chill.
I'm so easygoing.
She's like, why were you downtown at the Metro the other day? I'm like, what?
How did you know?
I just took some photos of you.
My iPhone can do that. I can zoom in really close now and like actually see that it's you. And you're like,
you gotta buy
oh my
more
God.
vegetables. You know, okay, you want to hear a dirty story?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a dating app called Happen. I probably shouldn't tell this, but
I know we've discussed Happen a little bit.
So you pass someone in the street and then you pass them, you both happen, and you happen to pass them, and then you can swipe and say
they come into your inventory of people.
And like, there you are.
Which is kind of creepy because it's literally, we've talked about it. It's if you physically pass a person on a street who also has Happen on their phone and you're both not on, but like your app is on, you'll get thrown into his loop of women.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Because
you can charm by him on the street.
You can charm them.
Which is what? Just like a winky?
Yeah, it's like a charm. It's like
instead of like a winky face, you're like, hey, I'm not liking you, but I'm kind of liking you.
It's like an emoticon diamond, so you can't afford it. So you just send her a diamond. She's like, oh, he's got diamond. And you can buy more charms.
Oh, you can press the diamond.
You can buy charms. I bought them charms. It's sad.
You're really getting...
$1.79 gets you 10 charms. And you send these charms out, and it scares the women away.
It doesn't impress them being like, he's invested $1.75 in these charms.
Well, I charmed this one girl.
Yeah.
We went on a date.
What kind of charm? Diamond?
There's only one charm.
Okay.
Only one charm.
Okay.
We went on a date. Then we had a second date at the Bowlerama, whatever, downtown.
Yeah. You're suggesting to go bowling?
I think we couldn't get a movie, so we were like, let's go bowling. And it was Sunday, cheap day. So So then
bowling is really fun though. I would love to go bowling on a first date.
And you can really beat them at it because she was tiny, so you feel like a big man.
You're like, I mean, sorry, I am pretty good at bowling, but anyways.
Yeah, and then so then we finished the bowling, and then I was like, want to go back to my place and watch a movie. I just was like, who cares?
Which usually we suggest in grade 8 when you want to make out on the couch, right?
Well, we got back to my place, and then we started watching a movie.
Yeah.
How dirty can I get on this thing?
You can.
So your parents watching?
Mom, dad. Actually, I had my dad on as an episode, and my dad was fantastic, but he's
like, I fucked every girl in the world.
Actually, I asked my dad if he had only been with my mom, and he said yes. In 40 years of marriage, he was like, I've only been with your mother. And I was like, bullshit, Dad. I know you have dated other people. But that's cool, Dad. We'll believe the old school forever, together forever thing. It's not like that anymore.
So before I tell that happened, so my dad, he is South American,
Yeah.
and he gives me the worst advice ever. Like he,
About anything,
He's
or?
just like when I was like a kid, he came over and he was like, "You're going to notice that you're going to be more horny now, so you're going to be jerking off a lot." And I was like, "I'm like 9, like I'm just playing video games." I was like, "I don't know what he's talking about." And then when I was 12, he was like, "Andrew, you got to start dating more women. Come on, man. Like there's this girl, your friend. What's her name? I forget her name." He's like, "She got big boobs. Like why don't you?" Because if you don't have as much sex now, you're gonna be old, and you're gonna go to Cuba, and you're gonna cheat on your wife. I'm like, that's what he did.
If you don't do it now,
You're gonna cheat on your wife.
and you're like, Dad, are you trying to tell me something?
Yeah, so it was great. But anyway, so it happened. So we get back to my place.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're
She said yes willingly,
She was saying
obviously.
yes.
Yeah.
we start hooking up. Pants come off. Eh?
Hers, yours.
Both of them.
Whew.
Top
Same
still
time.
on. I got my socks still on.
Socks still
like
on.
Donald Duck.
Everything.
Yeah.
Pants off. Yeah.
And then she's like, she's like, no. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, no worries. We're not gonna do that. Well, I thought we were gonna have sex, and she's like, no. And I was like, okay, fine, that's fine. And then she was like, well, you can do the other thing. And I was like, what is that exactly? I don't know. Like,
Did you want to ask?
She's
Or were
speaking
you
in
like,
codes. Well, she goes,
really know.
you can fuck my ass.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
But she was in for that and not like,
yeah. And she wasn't even
regular
sex? Catholics do that stuff, right?
that's a true thing.
Yeah, because they don't want to lose their virginity, so they have ass sex before they get married.
Sex.
What's it called?
Anal, I guess.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
So she was like, you can do that. And I was like,
I
sure.
feel like that makes you have lost your virginity like tenfold.
I would say 100%.
Yeah, like more than just like, why don't we just break the rule and do it normally so that you're like eased into the process and
Right.
not going to step number 5. It's like,
Yeah, because my Aunt
Before we
Joan's
even
not.
hit one, you're like-
Yes.
what did you say yes?
Oh, I has 100%. A lovely evening.
Or really romantic.
But it was insane. But then we met up again later, and she's like, well, we didn't really have sex the first time. I was like, I'm pretty sure we did. Like,
That's
is
still considered sex, right?
I would consider it more than sex. It's 10 times sex because it's painful sex.
God, Andrew.
Too
And
much
so-
TMI?
Did you go out with her again?
Yeah. We dated for a bit. And then...
So we can assume that you've never had sex normally?
I've only had...
Not normally, but like, we only had anal.
With
It
their
was-
face down
it
and
was
me
a
looking in the
great
mirror like...
relationship.
Ah.
It was really solid. We were on the same page. Everything was amazing.
Yeah, so that was
You
weird.
wouldn't have suggested that on that date, though, would you?
No, she would...
That's a thing that you need to wait for her to say.
Of course.
Yeah.
Or else they'll write a blog about you on BuzzFeed, why guys are pigs.
That's
You know?
true.
So I don't want that.
Is that not a double standard, though? That by the girl putting it out there right away, she's never going to be considered a pig. She's considered awesome.
If it
By
doubles-
you,
Oh, yeah.
by you putting anal out there on the second date, the girl would be like, he is such an asshole. I can't believe he suggested that.
Yeah. That would
But if she does it, you're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. I can't believe she did it. We're getting married. We're getting married.
Sort of, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But some of my friends are scared. They would be scared away with that. They would have been like, that's too much.
Yeah.
I think my friend would have been scared. Depends.
But not you.
No, I'm...
Cheers to Andrew. He likes it.
Don't cheers that. That's weird.
Call him. He likes it.
My number appears at the bottom?
Yeah, like
Like a
here.
ticker? Yeah, so that was weird. That was weird. Do you want to hear the J-Swipe story?
Yeah.
No,
So-
telling the story. Okay, sorry if you have questions.
Did you on J-Swipe? I can't believe you were on J-Swipe because you're not Jewish.
Mhm.
Willing to convert.
Mhm.
How would your family feel about that? It's a decision you
My
can
mom would
make.
just be happy I'm seeing someone. She's just, please, gosh, she just wants grandkids. I think at this
Yeah,
point.
and you're like, oh my God, that's the last thing I want right now, actually.
Yeah.
But-
I would like them if I had money and stability, right? I don't
So
have
you-
any of those things.
You do want to eventually be with one person and start a family and
Of course.
do all that stuff.
Of course. I think, yeah, I do. I want to have kids and stuff, but
Yeah. So it's not, you never,
not for anyone. Tell you that much.
you
She
have
don't
to be into
work.
anal.
She don't have to work with it. Yeah, like
Okay,
everyone does.
J-Date. So you're
Oh,
supposed
J-Date.
to be Jewish on
J-Date.
J-Date. Just like Christian Mingle. Again, you're
Oh, right.
assumed to be Christian
Mhm.
on Christian Mingle. But Andrew just said before that you can tick off this little thing that says you're willing to convert, which you ticked off.
It's a top, and so I met a girl,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Come up and pick me up." She's at Young and Finch. All right,
Okay.
I used to live around there. So I knew
She
the area.
immediately said, "Come and pick me up." Were you going on a dinner
We
date?
go
or-
for coffee.
Okay.
the old coffee.
And she said, come and pick me up.
come pick me up.
Okay.
And I got to her house, and there was a couch on the front lawn.
Oh.
And that's fine. It's fine to have a couch on the front lawn, honestly, but
Excuse
it threw me off a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. And then
Were you like a dirty couch or like a nice couch?
it had 2 of the 3 cushions.
Kind of the way we'd have a couch outside when we were in university, like, and we'd bring our TV outside so everyone could be drinking out on the front lawn and watching some sporting event. Or
See, I was hoping that. I think when I pulled up, I was like, she probably just has they roast
It's
as a
for
pig
fun.
roast, yeah.
It's for fun.
But I think it was they were like trying to get rid of it. I don't know.
Okay.
So
You
she
saw the
came
couch.
out,
Yeah.
and she didn't look anything like the photos. She put on the thing.
Okay.
Whatever. We all lie on a resume, right?
We talked about this. I do want to know what kind of photos you put up on your profile.
I think I don't have it, but
What did you put up?
I
on
thought
your
pretty
profile?
accurate. Pretty accurate. Yeah.
You didn't want to ever like mislead anyone in that way, right? Because I feel like the
No.
last thing I would want is someone meeting up with me and being like, "You don't look anything like I thought you would."
No. And I think the best thing for
You're
that is if they
Hmm.
add a function to Tinder where you can FaceTime with the person you match with. So now you
Oh.
FaceTime, hey, what's up? Okay, I'm not crazy. Look, I don't have fucking,
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't know, no legs. Not that it's a bad thing.
No, but like it could be anything.
Yeah, like
You're
you just
really
want to,
judging a
you
person
want to
off
see
their
them
5
in
pictures.
a video, and the pictures are all like manicured, whatever thing.
So you saw her, and
So she gets in the car,
Yeah.
and she's like, and I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. She's like, hello, nice to meet you too. Like, she sounds like has a Russian accent, right? And I was like, so where are you from? She's like, Israel. I'm like, where in Israel? She's like, I'm from a place, okay? And I'm like, okay, like whatever. I'm like, why are you in Canada? She's like, for many things. I'm like, okay. So I'm like,
Did you not chat beforehand?
We were
though?
chatting, but she was not a good writer. She said she couldn't speak English too well. I
Okay.
thought that would be an advantage for me.
Yeah.
So,
You're like,
then-
winning.
yeah.
I'm gonna sound real smart when I talk to her.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so then now we're driving. I'm like, now all of a sudden the first 2 things went bad. I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah.
So she goes, all right, let me pull over and get some water here. So she pulls over, we pick up some water. She goes and gets some water. And then she's like, I want to go to Win Mobile and check something out. So we go to Win Mobile, and
Did you commit to a whole day of spending
No,
together?
I'm like, now I'm running her errands.
Yeah,
for
it's
her.
like she's got you
Yeah,
running.
I'm a fucking
your stuff.
Uber driver.
Yeah.
So she pulls up and she goes
Sure.
to the front of the line. She's like, I get charging $35 for my phone plan. I don't know what. And the guy's like, I don't know. We're in like some mall at like Steeles and Young.
Yeah. So
And
we're
she's like
unfamiliar
yelling at someone. And I'm
territory.
standing in the corner like, oh, fuck. I got another. We got to go for coffee. And, maybe I agreed to a brunch with her, which was even worse.
Ooh, a whole meal, which we talked about.
Yeah, that was before. I think after this, I changed my thing. So she comes out. She finishes yelling at the guy.
Yeah.
She comes back. She goes, okay, now we go to Yorkville for a nice lunch.
Okay, of course. After
Yorkville.
she argued her $35 phone bill, where she's like, I mean, you're gonna buy me $100 lunch in Yorkville.
Yeah, yeah. And then for
That
the,
would be
for the
nice,
viewers
though.
in Miami, that's a nice neighborhood, Yorkville.
Yeah, if you don't live in Toronto, Yorkville
Yeah,
is like
it's the nicest neighborhood in the city.
the nicest area in the city, the most expensive, the celebrity hotspots, all that stuff.
Yeah, and then like, and I'm like, let's go to that coffee shop right there. It's called you know these coffee
I
shops.
love
that
a
don't-
good diner though, eh? I love a good diner.
Well, that's what I wanted, a diner.
So
or
like we can get
something.
to know each other and actually like not have any of. There's no like financial standard we're laying on anything here. We're just having
Yeah.
coffee and having breakfast.
And I didn't want to get to know her at that point. I think I was just going through the motions, and I was like, let's go to Over the Bean, or these coffee
Yeah.
shops. They don't appear north of.
Yes, the
401.
ones you
So
don't
I was
recognize.
like, let's go to Over the Bean. We'll get a
A
coffee. Isn't that? She's like, no, we go to Yorkville. We go to Yorkville. And I was like, shit, okay. Well, so we start walking to the car. We get into the car, and I'm like, oh fuck. I'm thinking to myself, what's gonna happen? So I say to her, I'm like, listen, I don't know. This is not working for me.
You-
I'm so sorry.
You just came out and said
I
that
said it to her. I'm like, listen,
before coffee.
before the coffee, before anything, because we're gonna drive to Yorkville, fucking Casamoto or whatever the hell,
Yeah,
and they're gonna
That's long.
flambe some shrimp for us, and I'm
And
just
you're
gonna.
like,
And so she's like,
Hey.
and so I'm like, listen, it's not working out. I'm like, can I just drop you at your house? And I'll just drop you at your house, and we'll just call it quits. You're such a lovely lady. I just think it's not.
such a lovely lady.
And then she goes, "Oh, you little boy, Canadians, eh? You little." I was in the army for 2 years, and you little boys are little boys. And she's banging. I'm like, can you not bang my dad's car? You know, like
She's doing that on the dash
she's
of the
hitting
car.
his car. My dad's gonna be mad if she breaks the thing.
Yeah,
And she's yelling at me now, and then I was like, she's like, yeah. And so I dropped her off, and then
Was she like basically like fuck you when she got out of the car?
well, and then she already said that on the way driving her home with the pounding of the thing.
Were you scared? I'd be
I
like,
was
oh
like-
man, I don't know what she's gonna do to me here.
I think I wasn't too scared. I was just maybe I was a little bit, but she was.
And you were just like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Never heard from her again.
No. Got off J Swipe, and then.
I had a guy once say to me, like the first day wasn't anything to write home about. So I think pretty much at the end of it, we both knew. You know when you just know, you're like, okay, like that was great, and you're still like polite and respectful and whatever, and you say goodbye, and again, the ass out hug, like thanks for everything,
Yeah.
whatever, see you later. And it's okay, like that's an easy out for both people. You say goodbye to each other. If one person doesn't reach out at any point in time, you can wait for her, she can wait for you. If nobody does, then like there's no harm.
Yeah.
There's no foul. My ego isn't shot. You didn't say no to me because I never asked you to go out again, kind of thing. So I didn't hear from him for a little bit. And then he sent me a message saying, do you want to get together again? Like to go on a second date. I had been in a car accident the day that he sent me that message. So, and I had like really bad whiplash, and like all my friends were over at my apartment, like helping me. I was in and out of the doctors. I had appointments every day. And like, you know, I couldn't even sit up. I was off of work for 2 weeks
Wow.
because my back and my spine were like weird. So of course I wasn't checking my Facebook. I wasn't checking my like app accounts and my conversations or anything like that. Because I didn't respond to him, he wrote me a super long message that was like, fuck you, have a great life. I thought we had a great time, but I guess I was wrong, and you think you're too good for me. Like he lashed out at me, bit my head off.
Wow.
Just because I hadn't responded. So I eventually wrote back quickly and was like, I was in a car like the ultimate way to have someone feel so much shame is like,
Or he's like,
Tell
yeah,
them-
right, a fucking car accident.
what
you
a
bitch."
liar. She's
Yeah.
such a bitch. He like reamed me. Like he laid into me in this message that was like, good luck to you. Like have a great life. You didn't even have enough respect to answer me.
The Costanza.
What's that other episode where, oh, it's in Sex and the City, where she gets stood up at the restaurant, Miranda, and she's like, this is what's happening now, dating. Like guys are just standing us up like all the time, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he died in a car accident. She was like, oh my God, they're just falling off the face of the planet. Like, and you're angry the whole time that he stood you up.
Mm.
So he was so mad at me. I wrote him back being like, I was in a car accident, but thanks for that note. Never want to see you again. And that was my like,
Did he respond like, oops?
no, he didn't write anything back. He just like deleted me from everything. And I was
Mm.
like, yeah, that's pretty fair.
Hmm.
Do you ever think you'll go back on?
You get that itch, you know? To swipe.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe.
We
like,
called it is like a drug addiction. We actually called it like swiping is like a drug, and it's entertaining. It fills your empty time.
Yeah.
But for people that want to meet somebody and want to get married, and there are so many success stories off of all these apps.
Are there?
There are. Oh my God, 2 guys at my office recently. They met both of their wives. They got married like in the last year
Yeah.
on Tinder.
How desperate were they?
Both girls, when you meet them, and I'm not saying this in an offensive way whatsoever, but both guys are literally like, I cannot believe that this happened to me. And I've met both of them, and they're excellent, gorgeous, funny, smart, outgoing, determined women.
Mm.
And both of them are sitting there going like, what happened? Like,
Wow.
this never happened to me in my whole life. The one factor that's common between both of them, though, is that both guys who are my age or a little bit older, around in their 30s, both girls are in their mid-20s.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that plays a factor, that he's a bit older, ready to get married. I know that when I was 26, I thought getting married was the greatest thing ever. So to have an older guy be like, I want to marry you, like that could change some things. You start to
Maybe.
feel that like in your late 20s. Then you see how everyone gets divorced, and I'm like, okay, no, like everyone's getting divorced. So now, like, basically the point of the show is like, can we sort of wean out, or what kind of strategies do you use that where you really do want to meet someone and it does work and like they believe you? And really the only tip I've ever actually said to anyone or gotten from anybody is to just be yourself.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Which is like so stupid. Like, be yourself.
Well,
yeah, I know, but with all the judgment and all the based on photos. So what are your profile pictures? Are they with people? Are they just you? Are they headshots? Are they full body shots? Like it all plays a role.
Sorry, what was the question?
No question. I
But
just mean like
I wanted to say one thing about these people who you know these people too on Facebook you see, and it's like they're single,
yeah,
engaged,
yeah,
and you're like, what?
Like you've never been. Usually, I see that with people who have been serial daters my whole life, their whole lives. So like dating a guy for 5 years, break up, 2 weeks later in a relationship with a new person. 2 weeks later in a relationship with a new person. And then they're engaged. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's pretty,
And you're like, good God, like
you wanted and had to get married.
They wanted it. They were desperate for it.
Yeah.
It's like you got milk in your fridge older than their relationship, and they want to spend the rest of their life with these people. And
do you find that people don't take it that seriously anymore?
Dating?
Getting married?
Oh,
that full life commitment? Dating too, though. Do you think people take dating seriously?
I think people don't realize the commitment. I think people also, with everything being bombarded at us all the time, we want what's the next best thing? What's the next best thing? That's what it is. So you get in a relationship, you get tired. You know, our parents, it was like the 50s. You meet one person in your town,
and that's
like,
it.
Who else am I gonna date? Like the butcher.
So, it's so different now because I can only imagine people in their 40s who are getting divorced, 40s, 50s, whatever, whose kids introduce them to app dating.
Right.
Because you can set your age range to whatever you want.
My dad was on Tinder.
Was he really?
Yeah.
What's his like experience?
He was just getting like sugar babies on it.
Yeah, girls that wanted.
Can I pay her $150? You know.
And you're like, that's prostitution now.
He doesn't do that. He's 150 charms. We call them charms. It's okay.
It's okay. She liked me.
She liked it. You know.
Yeah. Of course she did.
Yeah, so, but the thing is, you know what? This is what I honestly believe. No apps. You go out and meet. I met a girl in the summer. Mm-hmm. She was amazing. And it was just we was on Ward's Island. We were talking for a day. And we were seeing each other. She didn't want anything to do with me in the end. Mm-hmm. She just wasn't ready for a relationship, whatever they say. It's fine by me in the end. But I was really hurt. But at least I made that connection with her.
Yeah.
And I opened myself up to her.
Yeah.
And that before, when I was younger, I would say, I'm not going to show her I like her. Like,
yeah, I'll play tough guy and get her to like come after me.
But it was a big learning experience in being like, you know what? I told her how I liked her, and that can always be bad, telling someone that you like them and stuff.
You're taking that chance, though, right?
I opened myself up, and I got hurt, and that's it, you know. And I think learning from that, I don't want to do the Tinder anymore. I want to meet people in person, and you know, but it's a constant ballet because girls will like me, and I'm not into them, and there's girls I like them, and they're not into me, and it's just
that's how we go.
But you got to be picky because if you want to have kids and live. You know, my parents got divorced, and you know that they just kind of made it work. They just got together because they were both immigrants, and they just needed some support.
Yeah.
You know, but I want to find someone that I'm actually want to come home to after like you're at your worst, right?
Yeah, which is like half of my life. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Love having you.
Loved it.
We hope he comes back.
So I'll come back. Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, @theswipeeffect, all one word. Email us, swipeeffect@gmail.com. If you want to come on and do what he's doing.
What did I say?
I don't even know.